The Meg. Really looking forward to this movie, watching the trailer. They seem to have fun in the trailer, especially doing that somewhere beyond the sea.
Oh, yeah.
And Jason Statham fighting a shark. It's a megalodon. Really looking forward to it. And the kicker for us was the fact that Rainn Wilson, Dwight Schrute himself, is in this movie.
Yeah.
And I'll say, that was actually one of my favorite parts about this movie. And the fact that he is in it quite a bit and shows up right in the beginning, which I was concerned with, because in the trailer he doesn't show up till like halfway through, and he just throws little comments everywhere.
Oh, witty comment.
Yeah, but that's the thing, is he does that, and I really enjoyed his incorporation into the film.
Yeah, for me, I think that this movie is alright, but I was really looking forward because I like a good shark's tale, shark story.
I see what you did there.
For this movie, but there's parts where it's like it happens so fast and then it like stops and you're just like jerked because of like it just is kind of a lull in the middle that you're like, okay, and then it picks up again.
And it's funny because part of me was kind of hoping, I hope they take it a little more serious, because like Deep Blue Sea, Sphere, The Abyss, movies like that tend to be on the more serious side. Jaws is definitely more serious. Granted, it gets a little silly, but back then they were taking it serious. So this movie, I was really hoping they'd take it serious, but at the same time, I wanted the over-the-top craziness like Piranha, but I wasn't a big fan of Piranha, so it's like, I don't know, mixed feelings inside what I wanted, and it feels the same way with the movie. It almost feels like they don't know what they wanted with it.
See, for me, I was okay with the tone that they took for the movie. Like, they were just at the line where it was like they wanted to be serious enough to where it wasn't too campy. But at the same time, they did have a little bit of, but they knew what they were getting themselves into, I felt.
And to give you an idea, I think in a shark movie, when everyone is, getting picked off one by one, I think everybody should end up getting picked off by the shark. That is going to not make it through this film. And for me, there's like a death in this movie that I'm like, huh? And they drag it out, and then the repercussions of it afterwards get dragged out, and I'm like, unnecessary. Like, I turned to her, I'm like, that's unnecessary. Like, what are you doing? It's kind of a lull.
I was kind of hoping for more suspense and more deaths, to be honest. Like, more shark deaths. Because there are times in this movie that you're kind of like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, there's this man-eating shark out there and you're just kind of there.
Yeah, and that's the thing too, is there the moments where the shark actually does come into play, which the shark doesn't show up for the first 35 minutes, which I was okay with, because I was actually engaged in that first 35 minutes. I was actually curious as to what they're doing in the station, and I was really looking forward to how it was playing out. And it wasn't until the shark showed up where that should be where things start getting popping. And one of the good things about Jaws is that when Jaws did his attack, then Jaws would go away, and you didn't know when Jaws was coming. They do a thing in this movie where the shark's chilling, just right off a ways from the boat, and they're planning and talking, and the shark's just swimming back and forth, and it's like, the shark's just waiting for you guys to do the next action set piece. And I'm like, what are you doing? Like, why are you guys not going for the shark? And they're like, okay, let's go. And then they go, and it's like the shark engages again, and then the shark goes away, but he chills off to the side. You still see
the shark there. There's none of that suspenseful, like, where'd the shark go kind of thing. So, but, I mean, there are times in this movie that, like, when the action is happening, I'm like, okay, this is awesome, this is picking up. And there's certain things that happen at the end, towards the end of the movie, that I thought were going to go a certain way, but it kind of went a different way, and I was like, okay, that's kind of like a unique way to go about it, instead of going the general way that somebody would go.
And with those moments that the shark does come, they use pretty cool camera work too, there was a point where I'm like, nope, because I have thalassophobia, so the deep sea and the darkness and the unknown of what's actually in the sea, like, they do some really cool camera movements where I'm like, nope, so that is something that I really enjoyed. The little girl was awesome as well.
Yes.
Cute as hell.
I like the interaction that all of the actors had, the characters with each other. I thought that they worked very well. playing off each other, but I feel like they were also the kind of like your typical people that you would see.
Wasn't the best acting.
Yeah, but like the typical people that you would see in this type of situation.
Correct. And it's, generic. Yeah. And that's the thing, is there are many points where it felt generic, heavily CG'd. But all in all, I mean, it was fun at moments, and then it was kind of lull at other. What would you end up giving the score for it?
See, for me, what I would give it, I'm gonna give it a 3.3.
Okay, yeah.
Because there were a lot of times where I really enjoyed and I had fun with it, especially when the shark was attacking.
Right.
But I give it a lower score because of the pacing with the movie. It just kind of was like, okay.
It really is noticeable too, because like it would be different if it was like the hit came and attacked us and it moved on to another place, and it doesn't. It's like, he's right there. Like, why are we not doing something about this? But yeah, for me, 3.5, because I love Dwight. He's my favorite part of the movie.
To be fair, there's a certain thing that happens in this movie too, and we were like quoting The Office during that part because
very quietly we were just kind of doing it with our hand motions.
Like in our minds, we were like quoting it. And it was hilarious.
But we knew we were all doing it. At first, I was afraid. I was petrified. No, staying alive. You'll see it when you see it. But I would give it a 3.5 because I love Dwight, and the little girl was cute as hell. And Jason Statham is just a badass. I love him. And there were a couple moments that we kind of felt were reminiscent of other things. Jurassic Park, Jaws 3 at one point, just in the tech that is used.
Yeah, it's funny, and a little bit of Deep Blue Sea, you kind of get that feel with every kind of shark movie.
Yep, absolutely. But 3.5 here, 3.3 over here. What did you guys think? If you saw it, let us know in the comments below. If you haven't, check it out if you're just in for a fun shark movie. But just know that there's better ones out there, and there's worse ones out there.
Yeah, that's very true. It's in the middle of the road, so.
So thank you guys for watching our non-spoiler review for The Meg. What did you guys think? Hit up our Patreon, kick into the party, fuel the party, keep the party going. And by the way, we were the last ones in the theater. Our theater was like the last one to get out, so
I feel bad. Because I felt bad for the managers. The managers were waiting, and we were sitting there through the whole credits. Yeah. We usually just sit through the credits. We stay through the credits to kind of ponder the movie, and so like every time we see it, I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry.
I know. I'm like, all the theaters are probably out, so this is why we're shooting it here. But either way, thank you guys so much. And other than that, now it's time to say goodbye.
Bye.
This party's over.